Hello there and welcome back to Demo Discussion, where I talk about a certain demo's content, giving my own opinion on games in a short manner, and also sharing stories of the nostalgic past. So for today, I went for another favourite of mine back in the heyday, Winter Releases 98. I remember specifically that there are a lot of games, and each game has a lot of content to share. Yeah, let's just dive in. It's gonna be fun. Ooh. Okay, so we got ourselves an acid trip with fish. I want to say tadpoles or fish, flowers, autumn leaves. So if you can slightly see, on the leaves there are the PlayStation buttons. So the X cross button, the square button, circle button, all that sort of stuff. They're coming in the foreground. Very invigorating to look at. I think you could stare at this for a long while. As well as the music. It's not bombastic, it's just in the background, kind of like tingling on your head. We got our first game, Buster Groove. Let's enter. Whoa. So this is the only time I've ever played Buster Groove is from this demo directly. And I sucked at it. Couldn't get past any of the stages whatsoever. It's a very fun FMV. Those are some big feet. So we're gonna Buster Groove. We've only got one player game. No two-player practice options, all that sort of stuff. I love the TV static background. Okay, so I've got Heat. And the rest are non-existent whatsoever. Oh, Pinky is available. I might go with Pinky. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Ah, fire. Okay, I'm ready. Cool Whip, yeah, Cool Whip. Fight up, fight up. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Oh no. Okay, let's see. No, I'm not getting it. I wish there was like more instruction on what to do. Music's a bop, and I like the dancing, but I'm lost. If I'm honest, I'm really lost. Maybe if I buy the actual game, they'll tell me what to do. But I love the fire background. Nah, yeah, stuff it. I do lose, and I will accept that. Anyway, on to the next demo. We are going straight to Ghost in the Shell. I don't know if it's a sequel or it's based around the plots of the movie. I enjoyed the Ghost in the Shell movie. It's kind of like a auteur type anime where you have to like think about it, but you can also breathe in the world. What I remember is that you're in a crab-like machine, and so I figured that's what Ghost in the Shell was all about. You're a ghost, a person inside a machine, but there's a lot more to it. Text I can't read. I can read Atlantean, but I can't read that. And it's a bop. Yeah, there's the crab type thing. And here's this giant enemy crab. Okay, so it's not a crab, it's a spider. Now that's a great visual. Whoa. Ah, oh, nice. This is visually appealing to me. So, I guess we got memory card? No. Options? No. Training? We got training. Oh, here we go. Whoa. It's been a while. Okay. So you can use the D-pad. And yeah, it's kind of like a jumping flash. If you remember that. It's like a first-person 3D platformer. Oh yeah, and you can strafe with the trigger buttons. Yeah, this brings me back. So, it's a lot of visual noise, but it is actually... Oh yeah, you can go on the walls. Yeah, this is amazing. Damn. I mean, you'll probably get motion sickness from this, but it works. It works really well. Class E, yeah. I mean, I've only just started. An assault. Mission 1, the Bay Area. One thing that I do admire about the 90s was green grids. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, this is great. Oh. I just realized I wasn't talking throughout the whole entire segment. Yeah, this is really fun. The gameplay is very fluid. I feel in control with this one. But I want to get the key codes. I just love the fact that you can slide upon the buildings. I don't know if you're going to get nausea from that, but yeah, it's working. It works really well. I like that when you get close to a building, you go into a sort of first-person perspective to help fight very close quarters combat. But I know for a fact that this game is rare. I died. I expected it. Mission failed. And look at my explosion. Yeah, that's a great game that is really expensive. I've got a feeling that it's like in the $200, $300 zone because they did limited prints and whatnot. But if you want to give that game a go, 100% recommend it. Anyway, from Ghost in the Shell to Gran Turismo, number 1. As I've mentioned beforehand, I am not the biggest Gran Turismo kind of person. I like Ridge Racer, I like arcadey style racing games, Sega Rally, Daytona, but Gran Turismo, I admire its spirit, I like its fidelity, but I wouldn't crawl my way to the store to grab a copy of Gran Turismo. I would crawl my way to... I sure hope that the demo's loading. The disc sounds like it... Oh, no, we're fine. I'm wondering if it's a rolling demo. It probably is. Oh, cool. We can change the perspectives. If you press the X button, you can change the camera, or, like, first-person perspective, cinematic mode. We'll stick with the cinematic mode. Yeah, there's not really too much to say about Gran Turismo, aside from it looks great, it plays great from what I remember. There's been so many Gran Turismo games. Yep, it's finished. Oh, we actually do get to play it. There's the replay theater. So, demonstration, we just saw that. So, no time attack, no two-player battles, nothing down below, just single race. Let's go normal, and then the music kicks into gear. So we got all these car brands, but let's go with the available cars. So I got the Honda NSX, we got the Chevrolet Corvette 96, the Subaru Impreza, and that's it, 3 cars to choose from. So I am going to go with a Chevrolet Corvette, change it to a purple color, and we're going to go with standard, automatic, just the Clubman stage, nothing else. Yeah, still controls fine. It's a little bit swervy, but I think you could fine-tune that with choosing your specific driving methods. I at least want to come first. One thing I don't really like about Gran Turismo is that there's no car damage, and that's because the brands didn't want any car damage in their video game, in this video game specifically, that looks so good. And why am I doing so bad? Also, we got a timer for the demo, so I just wasted 5 seconds spinning around. You wouldn't even be able to get to the end of the second lap, I believe, with this timer. I mean, it's cutting it. It's kind of sad the audience doesn't scream out to you, but that was it. Game over. With Gran Turismo done, we are going on to our next game, being Cooler World. This one's going to be a doozy. I love Cooler World. So I might have talked about it in my registered user demo 02 demo discussion years back. There was a demo for Cooler World and it was like very ethereal. They had music that was exclusive to the demo and it was so amazing. So for this Cooler World demo, it is closer to the end product with the fonts and the music. Also, we don't have low game or high scores, we just got new game. And this is the game. So you're a ball up atop the Egypt's atmosphere, and basically you have to collect keys, apples, coins, all that sort of stuff, and get to the exit. Very simple process. Really addictive, really fun, gets really challenging later on. So we got spikes, you gotta collect all the fruit, it just gives you like a bonus level at the end of it, at the end of the stages. And then once you've collected all that you needed to collect, you're done. Beautiful atmosphere for a game where you just play as a beach ball. That's what I find really funny. Sound effects are really simple but precise. There we go. And it is a trip. So you just color in all the square blocks in this demo disc styled ethereal plane. Yeah, that's it. And here's some JPEGs of the game. You got all these different environments and it gets more and more difficult as you progress. I bought this on the PlayStation Vita, so it's usually my go-to for, a lunch break when at work or something like that. It's a really amazing game. You should try and find it digitally or in other forms of fashion. Do not buy it. It's worth like $200. On to the next one, being Medieval. Which is funny because the last demo discussion we played Medieval 2, so it's going to be a doozy to go back into the Medieval verse. This game was really challenging as a child and I praise it for that. It's ominous and I love this intro. Medieval. Like, this is the ultimate game to play on Halloween. Have to really admire it. And we're going into the waters for some reason. Are we doing a rolling demo? I've never seen this before. It's probably because I just pressed new game immediately. Okay, so we get an FMV. I love the very simple story that Sir Daniel Fortescue is like this legendary hero, but he is the first to die in battle, which is very amusing. And let's begin our crusade.
It has risen again, Sir Daniel Fortescue. See? The hero of Gallowmere who fell at the first charge.
Okay, so I love the dialogue. It's... yeah, there we go. I do love the voice acting. Just the pacing of it is very peaceful. Oh my god, fuck! Yay! Since it's been a long while since I've covered Medieval in a demo discussion, I'm just going to go through it all. And we're going to start with the graveyard. I think you get to this, then the Hall of Heroes, and that's where the demo ends. But we'll find out. So, since this game was really challenging as a child, I looked up the cheats for this one specifically so I could get to the end where you fight the sorcerer. I like that if you clank onto the side of the walls, like, it actually doesn't impact, so you have to... Okay, so using the square button you can do a little spin attack, so if you got lots of enemies around you, but you press the X button for a standard attack. Also gonna try and get 100% on the chalice, which isn't too hard to do. I love the choir in the background going, ah, ah, ah. Also, what I really admire is the recent remake for the PlayStation 4 Medieval. If you beat the game, you get the full entire original Medieval game, and I think every remake should do that. It is... I know there might be some like licensing issues if it's something, say for example, it's like the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Like, I know there's probably a grey area with like who owns the rights to the originals and all that sort of stuff. But I think at the end of the day, you should add the original game so you can appreciate the craft that went into the remake, or, you know, compare, contrast, all that good stuff. And I think it's a great bonus as well. Like, you get a game, essentially. Are you gonna give me something? Supplies, throwing daggers. Yep. I mean, I didn't need to do that, but it's a demo. I love jumping around. So, since I've already got the chalice, I don't really need to kill any of these enemies, so I'm just going to run fast. Ah yes, the bedazzling waters. Also, you might have noticed that I don't really use my shield as much. It's because I live dangerously. Wow. There we go, the Hall of Heroes. So, this is basically your hub, where you get upgrades and all that sort of stuff for doing the chalices, all that jazz. There's the big chalice, this person.
Fortescue, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the matter go well?
There we go, get a crossbow. So that's the thing that I really appreciate with Medieval, is that it uses its upgrades and its weapons as a form of history and world building. So you talk to all these different people that have passed on, and they give you their weapons that they fought in that battle years ago. And what I really like is that they all have different perspectives of what they think of Sir Daniel Fortescue. So some admire him, some don't like him, some make fun of him. And when you get to the end, also the stairs are like ghosts at the moment, because that's where you need to progress further and further through the game. But when you get further and further, there's more appreciation for Sir Daniel Fortescue's journey. And God, yeah. And he's getting warped into Crash Bandicoot 2. And is that the end? Not too sure. We'll find out. No, it is not over. Cemetery Hill. This is going to be great. I really appreciate the amount of demo that is given. There we go. Cemetery Hill. Up on Cemetery Hill, you won't hear me. And there's the main bad guy, Zarok, who I thought was a witch.
Even from the shackles of death, my old enemy pursues me. You're too late, Fortescue. Already my army has risen from the grave.
Yes, boulders. Spew those morphing boulders. Here we go. Yep, using the crossbow. It's going to be very helpful. Oh, yep, I did it. That's the end of the demo. Okay, some JPEGs. Battle with an arsenal of fiendish weapons. The and part was terrifying. Free roaming 3D environments that will strike fear in the bravest of players, like me. Spectacular lighting effects. Can definitely agree. Challenge the powers of darkness and untold magic. Love all these like JPEGs. Beware, there's a variety of ghoulish enemies waiting to taunt you. I love the spiraling serpent. A jaw-dropping production of magic, gallantry, and spooky adventures. Great advertising. And that is why Medieval 1 did so well. I actually kind of want to play it again. I've got it on the Vita, so probably the best way to play it. The next game is a video of Crash Bandicoot 3. If it's the same video, I'm just going to put a link up here to where I talked about this. Yeah, it's the same demo. Again, Crash Bandicoot 3, one of my childhood favorites, and then as I got older, it became my least favorite because there's lots of vehicle segments and less platforming, if that makes a lot of sense. As a kid was the game. This was the game that resonated with me. I think I already had the game and I was still watching this trailer. It's that good. And Spyro 3 also had a really good trailer that I'll probably find in a later time. So with that, we're going from Crash Bandicoot 3 onto Spyro the Dragon. Hey, see? Everything works in the end.